are today. I have to introduce this beautiful woman of God with you all today. Her name is Kimberly Newsome. I'm talking about this woman is doing some wonderful things. She is an award-winning actress who was born in Valdosta, Georgia, and as born as Kimberly Brown. She was raised in Jasper, Florida, in my hometown, and graduated from Hamilton County High School, the same school I graduated from. So y'all know this is nice. So this is really something great for me. And then soon after graduation, Kimberly joined the United States Army, where she served 7 years, you all. 7 years. She has earned 2 Masters of Arts degree from Webster's University. She is an actress known for her tenacity, drive, and perseverance. Kimberly is also known for her unique look as well as ability to portray an array of character. She has studied acting at the profound Nick Continuous Professional Acting Studio in Atlanta, Georgia, and now being trained by Mr. Carl Kennedy, MFA. That is our person we are interviewing today, actress, award-winning actress, Kimberly Newsome. Yay! Thank you for interviewing. Thank you for allowing me to interview on today. I'm super excited about it. I am so hyped up and just ready to hear what God have you to share with us on today. So, what are you doing right now? Because before we get into that, we already know that you're from my own hometown, and we wasn't in the same grade because I think you was like a few grades ahead of me when you graduated and stuff like that. But honey, you can't even tell that you was ahead of me. You seem like you're the same age as I am, if not younger. You look absolutely gorgeous. And so y'all, this is home girl. This is from my hometown. So y'all better act right and y'all better look at this video. So what have you been up to?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me. And I'm just grateful to be interviewing with my homegirl. I mean, not often do you get an opportunity to do that. Ooh. And let me tell you something. There is some good stock in Hamilton County. I don't care what nobody say. Like we have some great people there. Even the people that are still there, they're holding it down. They're taking care of the community. So whenever we have a chance to go home, they're so very happy to see us. They're so very proud of us and things that we're doing as we're representing them. So I just want to give a shout out to Hamilton County and the community because it's a small community, but we love on each other. We're happy to do for each other when somebody's fine. And I can't say anything but good things about them. I was happy to be able to grow up in the community. Even my kids who are military brats, they're like, Mom, you're so lucky you got a chance to grow up with all your cousins and your aunts and uncles and everybody because they didn't get the opportunity to do that. Right. But it was such a blessing, for family, friends, and community. I love you, Hamilton County. But
come on, give us our shout out.
I got to. I would not be the person that I am today had it not been for many people from Hamilton County, such as my aunts, uncles, play aunts and uncles, play cousins. We all got them, So hey, everybody has that family away from your family. Everybody. So, we may not be blood, but we are definitely still family. So
absolutely.
So that's just one of the great things about growing up in a small community. We all know each other. We know what your struggle. We know what you came from. So we happy to see when you make it. We real happy.
You better say it.
And when we make it, we are role models for those that don't think they can make it. We're like, look, and this is part of my story. Like I waited until my kids were basically grown and in college before my journey, this chapter of my life. Because had I tried to start this chapter before, second. I gotta close something. But had I tried to start this journey before my children were grown, I would have definitely just given up because I would have always put them first. I would have put my children
Yes.
first. So God knows
You
God's
know,
timing is the right timing. Okay.
right.
So he made
I,
it where this passion in my heart
come on.
where I decided to, you know what, let's do it. Let's do it now. There's
Let's
nothing
do it.
holding me back. I don't have no little children holding me back. I don't have no husband no more
Come
holding me back.
on.
So hey, I can get up and go, you know. So
Yes.
I'm just kind of just living my best life right now, as they say.
You are. You are. You
No,
absolutely are.
But back to your question, I'm trying to get. I'm gonna get back to your question. So your question was, what am I doing right now? Well, what I just finished, and I'm a little bit hoarse right now because of that. I just finished a stage play called Desperate Measures, the sequel.
Come on.
I was asked to come on to the cast probably between 6 to 8 weeks before the show, which meant I had to learn a lot of lines in a very short time. And also, you know, be able to gel with my singing partners. But it was a little it was hard work. It was hard work because I had to drive back and forth to South Carolina.
Yeah.
But when I tell you the results of the show and how it impacted the community and the people that came to see it, it was great. It was great. And they're even talking about touring it right now.
Come on.
So maybe, who knows? I think it's going to Jacksonville and maybe Alabama or something.
What?
But when when they do put the schedule out, you know, I'm going to share it with everyone all over my social media. I'm going to definitely share it because I would love for some of my community to be able to come out and see what it is that I actually do. And I'm just grateful. But that's one of the things that I just completed. We just wrapped that up on this past Saturday night. And once I finished that Saturday night, I did not get home until Sunday morning at like 4 a.m. And I had to be on set.
Wow.
The film at 6:30 a.m. So I had like 3 suitcases open in my room on the floor. Just my room was a disaster area. I just took stuff out of one suitcase and just packed another one.
Wow.
And just hit the road. I didn't even go to sleep.
Wow.
So, you know, that's part of the business. When you love it,
yes,
push yourself to do it.
Come on.
So, because you know what? You can't get it done. If, like they say, a dream is just a dream without action behind it. You gotta put some action behind that thing.
Got to, right.
Whatever it is requires sacrifice.
Right.
I may have to sacrifice some sleep. I may have to sacrifice some, you know, time over here that I may want to spend with my friends, or I may want to spend with family or whatever. I may have to sacrifice that. But I mean, those are some of the things I have going on. Got 2 pilot series, which one is called Whispers, and it's written and produced by Tone Brown, HCE Films. Then I have another one coming up called Coins, and it's written and produced by Kamali, Neptune, and Hazardous LLC. And then I have a film called The Other Side of Me. I'm liking that film. It, you know, gets to show another side of me. I'll be glad when that comes out. That'll be like a streaming. I think that one's going to be streaming all over the place. But that one's by Carlton Clay with VPN Productions. And then, excuse me, I have a short film called Just for Me. And that's a short film by Bernie Bill Films. But there's, a couple few things that I'm working on. I'm happy about them. My schedule is a little full right now. Don't have much time on my calendar. Oh, I can't forget this. I have another film called Keeping Secrets.
Uh-huh.
And Tell All Inc. It's Keeping Secrets. Amagia Keys and Kathy. Um, those are the writers and producers of that film. But there's a lot going on between now and August.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean my calendar is a little full, but that's what we ask for when we're actors. We ask for the work. So we
Come
put in the
on.
work to try to get to where we're trying to go.
Right. So we already know that being an actress, being someone who's trying to, we thinking that, oh, you just get going to acting school, and then once you're done with acting school, you can jump right into a role where you're going to be you're going to get paid $1 million and $2 million. We don't understand some of those people may have come from, been actors from the time they were like 15, 16 years old, and now when they come back on the scene, we see them in these major roles. We don't know, they might have been in commercials, they may have been, doing all these other things from behind. Now we're now seeing them in the forefront, and that's because they put in their time, and that's what you're doing. Because I see you doing some major things. I am super proud of you, and I love your work. You do a magnificent job. You're a really good actress. I mean, you do very well. I mean, and it shows, and you can tell, like you said, you love what you're doing, and that's the thing. If you love what you're doing, that means you got to put the time in. So you may get like an hour or two rest, and that rest is really you coming home, you know, maybe laying down for a second or two, then packing your bags up again, and then get back in the car. And your rest time is you driving to your destination, to your next destination. I mean, that's a lot, but you got to put that time in, and that's what it's about. You got to keep going, keep grinding, and when you get opportunities, you got to figure out which opportunity you're going to take, and then take it, and then go from there. So have you had time, or so oh, I'm not going to take that. I can't take that gig. I can't take that. And then if you have you ever had something like that where something you decided you just wasn't going to take?
Well,
You,
I was involved with a film in New York, and I had went there several times. I traveled there several times to film it. I thought, it was a lesson learned. It was just a lot of things that were going on that I didn't agree with. So
Mhm.
I decided to remove myself from that. I
Okay.
was like, it just ain't worth it. Like, look, no, I'm going to remove myself from this film
Right.
because I don't like what I'm seeing. And,
Right.
I got a lot of flack from that from the director. However, what he say don't mean that. What God say means something. Like, look,
Right.
I'm not finna be in your mess, and I'm not finna be.
Right.
So I removed myself from that. And there is nothing wrong with saying no, nothing wrong
Right.
with pulling yourself out of something if it don't
Right.
feel right, if it don't look right.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I had to do because I just didn't like it.
Hmm. And if you don't like it, like you said, I'm not going to allow myself, because if you don't like it, it's not going to turn out right. It's not going to produce the results that they're looking for in yourself. So you have to say, you got to stand for something, whether if it don't look right, feel right, you got to pay attention to those senses and signs, because something may happen if you complete it in its entirety, then you're going to wish that you would have pulled out when you said it. It's almost like people say, well, something told me to do it. Well, it's probably the Holy Spirit telling you, and you didn't pay attention to the signs, or you gave the people the benefit of the doubt when you should just have let it go. So
Right.
that is like big. So I know that do you think about doing something of your own, like being your own producer, since you've been acting and things like that? Have you thought about doing your own thing?
Well, that's funny that you say that because I have a really good friend that is a writer,
Hmm.
and I have a couple of stories that I would like to tell. Excuse me. I have a couple of stories that I would like to tell, and she also has a couple of stories she would like to tell. And probably sometime this time next year. I'm actually thinking about opening my own production studio.
Come on.
Start small. I mean, we got to have some goals somewhere.
Right.
So I'm gonna start producing.
Come
So I'm
on.
gonna be out there looking for stories.
Come on.
I mean, my girlfriend is getting all her experience in on the writing and producing side, working with this other company. But we're gonna start our own stuff. Like, look, we I just gotta do it. There are many things that I want to do. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes you just got to step out on faith and do it. I mean, because if you don't do it, like I said, I mean, a dream is a dream. If there's no action behind it, you got to put action
Right.
behind whatever it is. We can't, the thing about it, we just can't be afraid to fail.
Come
Like,
on.
so many
Absolutely.
people, I mean, they may have
Definitely.
fallen 10
Right.
times
Come
before
on.
they became the person that they are, or successful,
Right.
they would call it. Because nobody can weigh your level of success but you. You're the only
Yes.
person that know if you're successful. Like me, a lot of people can say, well, she's no Taraji, she's no this, she's no that. Well, my goal was to get on network television. That was one of my first goals. Like, hey, what do I need to do to get on network television? Well, I
Right.
got that. So, okay, I feel like I'm successful. Well, I got another goal now. Okay,
Come
so
on.
another goal. The next one is, how do I get that recurring role on somebody's
Mhm.
network television show? Like, how do I get that supporting role to where I'm on that show every week when it comes on, like clockwork? So
Right.
that's what I'm praying for. That is what I want. It's what my heart desires. So that's next. I want that. And then I'm gonna get into this producing. There are a lot of stories out there that people want to tell.
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
want to be able to help them tell them.
Get that story out. Right. Oh my. That's beautiful. So since you've been in the industry, can you tell us the different people that we may know that's famous that you have met since you've been, because we know you meet a lot of people, and when you start hanging within that crowd and things like that, you get introduced to a lot of people. And when you got introduced to them, I mean, were you nervous? I mean, did you, like a fan, you know how the fans go, wow, so I know that you're actress yourself and you're in the industry. So you met them, you know, who were they? And how was your response?
I've met Tony Terry a few times.
Uh-huh.
Um, I've met, of course, that was just in the play with me. Zacardi Cortez, a gospel singer. He was just in a play with us this past weekend. He's so down to earth.
Mm.
But not starstruck or anything. I mean, it was just great. He was just down to earth. So yeah.
Right.
Who else have I met? I was into like The Punisher, the Marvel series, The Punisher is on Netflix, because one of my good friends that I was in the army with many moons ago invited me to. Well, he's one of the actors, one of the main actors in the show. His name is Royce Johnson, and he plays Detective Brett Mahoney. So he invited me to the premiere. So I got a chance to meet the whole cast of The Punisher from the Marvel series. And that was awesome and amazing. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even tell you, but I've met quite a few people. I don't know. I probably have to think about that one, because I
Uh,
run into people at networking events and things like that.
right.
A lot of times we don't get a chance to take photos and things like that.
Right.
Because sometimes you don't want to impede on their privacy and things like that.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, we running. I've ran into people at QT here in Atlanta at the gas station. So one time I saw Clifton Powell at the QT one night, and I was like, "Wow, that's Clifton Powell."
Right. Oh
But
my goodness.
he can always run into people here.
Right. Okay, so well, we already know that you are upcoming mega global star that everybody's gonna know. And you're gonna be doing great things. And you not only that, you're gonna be your own producer and producing your own stuff. And I listen, I'm excited for you. I remember we had our conversation, so since you didn't bring it up, I'm not gonna talk about it. But the event that we talked about that you shared with me, I'm looking forward to it. I kind of spilled the beans to one or two of the other queens, and I was like, oh, I talked to Kimberly. It was like Kimberly, who I said, and they called out Kimberly Newsome. And so, yes, honey, yeah. And they was like, yeah, I know her. And I said, honey, I was on the phone with her talking, and she was telling about the things that she want to do, and she want to, she's thinking about some things in her area. Come back to her hometown and doing some things, and they were like, oh my God, that would be great. And I said, there's something about when you become famous and you start doing great things and you start having the money and you say, I'm going to bring that back to my community, bring it back to my people, go back to my hometown. Sometimes I'm not going to say we forget where we come from, but it's just something we're not doing things that are tied in. We can do something in that area. And like you said, we are a small town. When you say community, we are genuinely a community because everybody just about knows everybody. I'm telling you, if something happened, you can say, well, such and such, and we say, oh, okay, what about such and such mama? And yeah, because they live by here across the road from, honey, listen, we're just that small, that we don't even, have the name of the road, honey. We can tell you the landmarks and different,
exactly.
Such and such said, but they said right in the corner, like 2 miles from there, maybe 3 or 4 houses down, because we only got like what, three, maybe, I don't know, traffic lights, I don't know, but we don't, oh, don't forget, we have a what is it about the arena? We have caution light. So we have traffic lights, and we got caution light. We got one grocery store, a Family Dollar, and a Dollar General store.
That's right.
And we're done.
That's
it. That's the happening right now. We don't. No house store like that bumping. We don't have any clothing stores right here bumping. Our Family Dollar don't even have clothes in it anymore. So let us, we have to literally go out of town, like 30 miles away, 30 minutes away, just to get a t-shirt or whatever, if you don't go off Amazon. So that lets you know where we come from, but we're still a small, beautiful town of community. And as you can see, don't mistake it, we got some beautiful women in this area. Some beautiful, I'm trying to tell you, some beautiful women, beautiful souls. And so, Kimberly, I want to tell you, thank you for your time today. This has been a blessing. This has been an honor. And before we go, is there anything that you would like to share with the people today?
The only thing I'd like to share is if you want to keep up with me and see what I have done thus far, or maybe some things that I'm going to be in real soon. If you Google me and it comes up with an IMDb, you go on that IMDb and it'll show you the present and past films or television that I've done thus far. And you can follow me on Instagram at I am Kim Newsome. Twitter, I am Kim Newsome. Facebook I think it's Kimberly.Newsome50. But more than likely, I'm already friends with most of my Hamilton County people. But let me tell you, they don't look, that's why they don't hesitate to inbox me. Trust me.
I like how you're so personable, because even when I reached out to you, and when you realize, okay, I know her, then you started responding back, and it's just, it's not that you got to go through this, this, and you got to go through that to get to you. I know that as time passes, you got to be careful with that. So you got to get, your PRB on it. But I'm so grateful that you said, wait a minute, I'll take care of this. So I'm so grateful that, I didn't have to go through all red tapes. And if I did, I would respect, because I understand, you are going, you're here, you're there, you got this going on, you got to have, somebody to help you with your schedule and things like that. So that's why I'm so humble and so grateful. So you all, there you have it, the beautiful Kimberly Newsome. Y'all look out for her, because she is going to be doing some great things. And if you want to reach out to her, go on Facebook, look her up. She will respond back to you. She's a beautiful soul, and you see what you have right before you. She is that way, even off the scene. When she's not in front of people, this is who she is. This is her personality for real. And I just love you so much, Kimberly. Thank you so much for your time. I love you. Thank you for this opportunity to interview you. I know you have a tight schedule, so I am not going to hold you. I just want to tell you thank you. Take care of yourself, and peace and
Thank you
blessings.
so much. You do the same. I'm just so grateful to have the opportunity to be able to sit and speak with you. I love your energy. You're gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're a home girl, first of all.
Come
Okay.
on.
So keep doing what you're doing, because
Come
we gotta set the standard. Okay. So the young girls that think that they can't make it, doesn't
Yes.
matter. Even if you're young or older like us, it doesn't
Come
matter
on.
what age you are. You can still do it.
You can
Whatever it is that
still.
you set your mind to, you can do it.
Come on. That's the motivation right there and encouragement. They better do it. I pray that they listen to that end part of it.